Hello and welcome to Family Vacations with Chris. I don't remember what day but it's the day we go to France. We're going to be docking in La Havre. I think it's a little foggy today. Anyway, uh, yesterday was another day at sea. It was all kind of rocky and stuff like that. We went and watched culinary. They did something in the theater with the culinary. So like, what watch how what the cooks do and let's see what else. And then afterwards, they took us through the galley, which was kind of interesting. It's like you get to see behind the scenes of what happens with the where they cook and stuff like that. Honestly, it looked like a kitchen. Everything was stainless steel, and it's like, yeah, that's the ice bin. Yeah, that's where they cook the bread. Toast the bread or whatever, and then yeah, that's where they cook things. It is what it is, right? So, but it was fun because they were entertaining. They did bring up two little kids and helped make a cake and stuff like that. And boy, that was like so they had the chef. He's from Bulgaria or something, and then the person in charge of the hosts is from Romania. So they were like close together or something like that. Uh, and it was just I think it was more staged than anything, but it was fun to watch. Did that, enjoyed some more of those quizzes, listening to the music, and name that tune kind of stuff. And that was basically, oh, well, yeah, played with the kids. We played Magic all day basically. Um, that was it. Not much else going on. So we'll see what today brings. Hopefully, it's not this foggy the whole time or something like that. We're supposed to be going on a riverboat cruise. It's me and most of the kids. Some people are going out to Normandy. I would have liked to have gone, but I had a kid that wanted to go to Paris, so it's like, yeah, I'll go with Paris. And I don't know if I said this before, but it was my wife's grandfather, through World War II, went to Normandy and stuff like that, and so they're going to be seeing what he experienced, and that's what family history is about. Just get to know your ancestors, or they actually knew him, so but he never talked about it. So they're going to go visit um, those places. And with that, I'm going to go have breakfast. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, so on this day, we ended up coming to France. Uh, and we stopped in Le Havre. Let's see where Le Havre is. We came down here. And in here, let's see, we got off and went up this way. There was a blue building. Let's see if we can find that. It's kind of funny because I just saw it too. Yep, right there. Um, I guess it's the Stade Océan or whatever. They were talking about playing sports and stuff like that in there. Maybe football. That's what it looks like. So we passed that and got out here to, I believe, what is A13. Let's see here. Let's see, there's 831. Anywho, started heading out. It's most likely this one. Yep, right here. And then, let's see, we headed out to Paris. There's like one stop in there where we stopped at a bus stop. probably somewhere in here. I don't remember. It's before we got into the city, though. And then as we came in, we came this way. We did go. I think we came up this way. We did go past the Arc de Triomphe, and then came around, looked at some buildings, and then came this way to the. Oh, you know what? We may have passed this too. What is this? Invalides. So, well, possibly. I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, and then we came apart over here. We got on a boat, did a riverboat cruise. Yeah, so this is the River Seine. Let me get it right. Just went up this way. We got to see those. And mainly, it was just a bunch of architecture on this one. My favorite thing to do was to wave to people and see who could wave back. Me looking like an idiot, but that's okay. So we came out this way. I'm wondering. And then we went down this part, and as you can see, over here is the this right here is your Notre Dame Cathedral right there. And then as we passed that, we came, and then I think this is where we turned around, and then we went back up this way. I didn't get much of a picture, and I'll show you, but I got some of the cathedral. And I was going to get a better picture, but then we went this way, and I didn't realize it. So then we went up this way, and we passed the Louvre, which was up here. It's a place with a bunch of art. And I think this is it right here. Just looking at the architecture. And okay, so here's something too. The Grand Paris. I think I got a picture of that. I don't remember. Yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff out there, and this was back in June, and now it's October. Let's see how much I can remember. We come out this way, and I believe we headed down this way, and then over here is like a Statue of Liberty or something. We turned around and came back, and right here. Yep, came back this way. There's the Eiffel Tower again. So we were able, the buses were right down here. So we were able to get up and walk over here. I walked up to here to see if I can see anything. I want to build this in Minecraft too. I've started it, so I was taking dimensions in my head and stuff. But then we went back, and that was basically it. One thing I thought of is, as we went back to that one place to go to the restroom, and there they had Tour de France shirts. I was thinking, oh man, I should have got me one of those. That would have been fun. My family likes to watch the Tour de France and stuff. So yeah, let me show you pictures. Okay, so as we were coming in, I noticed these right here. I said, hey, look, windmills. So we've got them all over the place out here, and I'm wondering if this is where they're coming from, unless this is just one place where they transport the windmills and stuff like that. This is in Le Havre. We were docking, and as you can see, it's pretty foggy out there. Wasn't exactly sure what to see. We were leaving. That's our ship, and this is that blue building.
they said it was, where they play soccer and stuff like that, have big concerts and things. Then we, here's that river I was showing. Okay, so when we got to the gas station, go to. Here's what I thought was interesting was, we went in and there's a big long line. They started letting the women go into the men's room so they can get people through and stuff like that. Well, I was like, whatever, So the urinals were in the back. The restrooms were up front, so they could just do their thing and stuff. Um, we mostly had Coke on the ship, so I had to get me a Pepsi. And I found this fascinating that out there their bottles are connected, so you don't lose your top and stuff. And then I got some Lou Pims because we didn't have any Lou Pims out here. But this is basically like orange sticks, is what I gathered. But they're kind of like cookies. Also, I wanted to mention that France does drive on the right side of the road, or like the U.S., um, where everybody else was, on the other side. So it was a nice change of pace. Out here, I like the look of the roads and stuff. And this may be just a picture, so I can do something in Minecraft. I don't know. It's a lot of architecture. Oh, come on. There we go. And I don't remember. I think I was just showing like the different layers on your buildings, what they look like. A lot of France look like this. Well, in Paris anyway, certain districts. Um, Over here we had some statues within the walls, and I don't remember why I took. Oh! There's a statue right here, and I think is Napoleon Bonaparte. But if I'm wrong, please let me know. Um, just I hate being wrong, but anyway, it's another picture. Can't really see it that well anyway. Ta-da! We did see the Eiffel Tower, and I figured this is a good way to see it. Then there's a big circle around the Arc de Triomphe, so we didn't get out to go see it. We just circled around. Um, so here's a few shots of the Arc de Triomphe. And then you had this, and I don't remember which building this is. Unless this is the building of Charles de Gaulle, and that's kind of what I'm thinking. There's there was a street that had these towers with the gold statues on top. I thought it was neat. Anyway, if anyone knows the purpose or the reason behind it, feel free to let me know. I'm sure they told us. Oh, this is. I think they called it the Luxor. This was from actually, this was from Egypt. Uh, you know, clear way back when. That someone stole this from Egypt and brought it out here as a sign saying they conquered Egypt. It was a obelisk. There you go. This might be the Louvre. I don't remember. Like I said, there's a lot of architecture. Nope. This was Charles de Gaulle building. And I don't remember what this was, but it was pretty. And then you got this too. Yeah, it just left me. I don't know. There's the National Assembly for France, government building. Okay, so we are on the ship. Going, yeah, just taking pictures of the buildings alongside of the River Seine. And this here kind of reminded me of, what was it? Doctor Strange. Looked kind of cool. Anyway, I don't remember. I'm wondering if this is another government building, though. More of the same building. Then they brought our food out. I think this was roast duck and potatoes. And I saw these potatoes, I was like, those aren't potatoes. Those are like little pebbles. You know, like being from Idaho and stuff, you get potatoes like half a foot long or whatever. But these are just like little rock. They tasted, I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. And at that time when they were serving us, that's when we passed the Notre Dame. I was like, oh, I got to get a picture of that. And so this is my best picture. Say, haha, I've been there. But yeah, it's a pretty bad picture. Dessert was good too, with the raspberries and the chocolate. It's really good. I think we were turning around, getting to see the other side. Why I took pictures, I don't remember. There's that road that we crossed, you know, with the gold statues. Okay, so, and then at the other, those other previous pictures might have been the Louvre. So here they have a Statue of Liberty, which I thought was pretty cool, but that makes sense because, you know, our Statue of Liberty came from France and it was made after this one. So theirs is first. There you got the tower in the back. This is on the other side, right behind me is the Eiffel Tower. And this is a road that goes to this one building that arcs across, and I just thought it looked pretty cool, you know. They have it blocked off and everything. I guess people can walk on it. And that's it. So I'll show you the videos, and with that, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Paris, where the brother of King Louis XIV had a chateau with a beautiful garden, and to protect the garden, a tunnel was built so that it was not destroyed for the highway. And it's a tunnel that we are gonna reach now. After the tunnel, we'll be driving for a while along the Seine River banks, and we'll see in the distance the very big business city of La Défense, that is like the business hub of Paris, out of Paris, with the big towers, all these skyscrapers, where we have many banks, entrances, and well, all these towers. We'll see as well the very wooded area of Boulogne, that is today a very chic park extending on the west end of Paris. That's one of the two lines of Paris. Oh, here we always get a little bit of traffic. But Gustave Eiffel was commissioned to build a tower out of iron and steel. And normally he was a specialist into bridge construction, and to think of a tower that was really brand new. And people were very, very shocked about the tower. They wanted to demolish that ugly tower, and they could not accept it. But it's good that Gustave Eiffel was very much interested into the radio transmitting, so with the antenna at the very top, by the fact that it was so useful. It was kept, and I mean today it's really iconic. So Paris without Eiffel Tower would not be Paris, I guess. Voilà, so the Défense city, and in between we have that big wood of Boulogne that was laid out after the model of Hyde Park in London by the chief garden architect of Napoleon III he was Mr. Alphand. It's a very nice wood where we have some artificial lakes where people can go boating. It's as well in the wood of Boulogne that you have the tennis courts of Roland Garros. If you do like the French Open of Roland Garros, it takes place here. And we have some horse race tracks. The one of Longchamp and the one of Auteuil for steeplechase. You have a rose garden, deluxe restaurant, so it's a very nice park where to have a walk. It's a huge one, 2,000 acres, so quite a large one, in the very west of Paris. So now we take, for the moment, direction north, but before we reach the northern part to the west, because it's turning west-north, we are going to be on the ring road within some few minutes. Everything that is going to be on the left-hand side is out of Paris, on the right-hand side Paris. And we are going to enter into Paris through the 16th district of Paris, the 16th arrondissement, as we say. It's a very chic one in the west of Paris. Voilà, and we'll get to the Porte de la Muette soon, and to see so well, I guess today this one, and you can see that alley with the 5 lanes, so the middle one, the 2 for the heavy traffic, and the 1 for the pedestrians. So the Eiffel Tower is, well, 324 meters high, and we have 3 levels. At the first and second level you have some restaurants, some shops, and at the top level there is a little museum dedicated to Gustave Eiffel, of course, and all the engineers who worked with him on that project. That was amazing. At the second level you have a deluxe restaurant that is called the Jules Verne. He was living at the same time as Gustave Eiffel. He was also very much interested into sciences for all his novels, a very famous one with Captain Nemo and the Nautilus. So no wonder the restaurant is dedicated to Jules Verne, who inspired many scientists in the world.